how did you get on the show?
I was an entertainment director in Vegas. I was born in Brooklyn, but I moved to Vegas in 1980. I was working as an executive, started acting, dabbling. I had been booking comics and stuff. And I came in for a wedding and I auditioned.
That's crazy.
That was it, yeah.
When did you know? Because, right, like now everyone says Sopranos, one of, if not the greatest shows of all time. When was it during your run that you were like, man, not only are we all starting to make it, but this is something really special?
Well, I think it was like July of, I think 2000 or whatever, they got nominated for 16 Emmys. And no cable show had been nominated before. And so that kind of was like, oh, okay, now more eyeballs are on this show. Every year it got bigger and bigger and bigger. The show was small the first season, and then it got bigger, more characters. And, I never really knew, but it was crazy. It was like playing for the Yankees. I know you're a Met fan.
Yeah.
It was like playing for the Mets in '86
yeah.
when we were shooting the show here.
I think you guys did more winning than them. They only won one World Series that group.
But you go around, it was hanging around the city. We all ran around together. We enjoyed every moment, man. Every bar, every restaurant, we were there. We traveled together. We did appearances, casinos. Had a good time, really good time.
And actually, my cousin's husband, or ex-husband now, he played a role on the show.
Ex-husband, what happened?
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
I'm not going to get into that
Was
business.
he cheating on her? What happened?
No. Hey, some people, you get married, you pop out a few kids, and then you go your separate ways.
All right.
But he was...
What did he play?
He was Big Pussy's son in the show. So when they had the scene,
I don't
two
remember.
scenes. Yeah, they had the scene where Big Pussy's about to put on the wire, and then his wife comes running into the room. I guess they go do her makeup, and they start fighting on the floor, and he comes running. And he's like, "Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Like tries to get him off, like you're crazy.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the end of his career.
Yeah, that was the end of his career. I think he did some other acting somewhere else,
did he?
but
Okay.
nothing. Nothing.
And listen, everyone, which was great, but, everybody wanted to be attached to the show somehow, some way.
Yeah.
I ran into a guy last week. Hey, man, we worked together.
Yeah.
So where'd we work together? That wedding scene out in Long Island. I said, I wasn't in that scene.
Yeah. Well, he's humbled. I will say, I texted him last night. We still talk, and I said to him, I got Steve Schirripa coming. He goes, "Don't even mention me. I'll no clue who I am."
Why not? I hope he's doing okay.
So let me ask you this, because today, 11 years ago, James Gandolfini passed away. When you look back at your relationship with him and then also just who he was, you hear all these great stories. How would you kind of describe James?
He was just a great guy, man. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. Generous guy. I've talked about it a million times. He gave all of us $33,000 one year after he had his contract dispute. He cared about you like as an actor. He cared about the crew. He wasn't above anyone. He cared about the other actors. Robert Loggia, wonderful guy, was having a very difficult time with his lines. A scene that should have took 4 hours took 8 hours. Another actor, and there's a lot of these actors are not nice people, and impatient and think they're stars. And Jim, who was a legitimate star, was patient as can be. Somebody else would have said, get rid of him, get somebody else. He did not. We went slow. We helped him. Jim sent a dialogue coach for him that night to help him with his lines. He was getting older, So that's the kind of guy he was. He actually cared, not without faults. Mm-hmm. And that's been publicized, not without faults. But I'll tell you, we had a hell of a good time.
And it seems like it's funny, right? Like you watch a show and then you see all these reunion shows that you guys shot and things like that, like years ago, interviews. It seemed like it was one big happy family.
It absolutely was. As the years gone on, people drift. People are doing their own thing. But I don't know. David Chase put this group of people together, kind of from the same backgrounds. Most of us were from back east. Most of us were Italian American, not everybody. And I don't know. We had party after party. The work was very serious. Jim was very serious about the work, as was Michael and all of us. But when it was time to have fun, we had fun, including David Chase, and it very much became a family. It was great to see everybody the other day. It was like
high school reunion.
Absolutely, by all means. Good people. Bunch of good people on the show,
Steve Schirripa in studio
Willie
with
Boy's
us.
getting impatient.
No, yeah.
Because you know why? Because he knows he's in a Met. This is Met time, and he's a Yankee fan.
I'm going to move far away from the
Come
dog.
on now.
I want the dog
He's
to
got
whack
his
me.
Yankee jersey on, and he knows, he smells something's up. Now, listen, I just want to preface, we don't hate the Mets. We're not Met-hating Yankee fans.
You know what's funny? When I was a kid, I hated the Yankees. But as I get older, like, the Yankees are everything I want my baseball team to be. So I can't sit there and
You know,
hate
I
the
mean,
Yankees.
we don't hate the Mets. I went to a couple games last year. I
Yeah.
root for the Mets.
No, I think that's more when you're like younger. You go down the hall in a bit. Some of the people down there, they'll hate the Yankees.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some of the Met fans
Well,
definitely.
let's go. Bring them on. Me and Willie are ready. Let's go, Met fans.
I always wanted to ask you this, Steve Schirripa. When you find out when the show's coming to an end, so it's probably easier than if it was earlier, and you find out you're getting killed on the show, what's that like?
You know, if I would have got killed off like Vinny Pastore, big pussy, right? He got killed off in the end of the second season, and he missed the whole thing.
Yeah.
He missed us making money. He missed, and we talk about it. We do a live show. Matter of fact, we're going to be in Montclair, New Jersey, but I will talk about that later. But, Vinny talks about it. I mean, you're heartbroken because it's not just the money. I mean, you're on the greatest show possibly in TV history. It very much is like a family. It was like going to work to your friend. I never once said, I got to work today. It's like going to hang out with your friends. I mean, you missed out on all that. And I tell you what, he did have an opportunity, like after he got killed off.
Yeah.
And he's a
scenes.
wonderful guy and a wonderful actor. And, he did have a lot of opportunities. He was the first Soprano out. But if I would have been killed off early, I would have been heartbroken. I'll tell you right now. And then it keeps on coming. All you do is hear Sopranos.
Yeah.
And people will come up to you, why, you should be on the show. I mean, it's got to drive you mad. And I was very lucky I get killed off the next to last episode. But I'll tell you what, I was afraid every step of the way. Because the more they gave you to do your character, the better shot you got to get killed off. Because the audience is invested in you. And it doesn't mean nothing if you're just a small character, they kill you. You're a big character, which they killed off every season.
Sure.
A big character.
So, like, when you find out, and like we said, it was coming to an end, like, do you just get the script and you read it?
No.
I
got a call. Hold on for David. And I picked up the phone and I said, yeah, what's up, David? He said, where are you? And I said, I'm at my apartment. He said, well, I'm coming over. I mean, we don't hang out.
Yeah, right?
This is like the boss of whatever.
Yeah.
Infinity coming to your house. Hey, Zach, listen, where are you? I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Got to check if my contract's renewed or not.
So
how many years I got left on it?
the doorman called. He said, Chase is here. I opened the door. He's got a park around. It was in the winter, like January. And he goes, I guess you know why I'm here.
Oh, my
It was like a real hit. I went, I guess so. And he sat down, and he was very vague. It's going to be a train. And I said, okay. And he was tapping a pencil. It was kind of awkward. I don't know why he was tapping a pencil.
He's nervous.
And I said, were you happy with my work? He said, very, blah, blah, blah. I said, thank you for changing my life. He stayed about 15 minutes, and he was gone. Never took his coat off. And I was kind of flattered because I talked to Jim. And
He didn't bring you some, like, ziti or anything?
He didn't bring me nothing. But he did. I was kind of honored because most people found out, in a phone call. Or you were on the set, and he would say, can I talk to you for a minute? What's the matter? It's okay. He's
Doesn't like my question.
He's nice. He's a nice boy. He's a nice boy. Say hello. Say hello to Zach. Say. He's a nice boy. He's a Met fan. It's okay.
I should have brought a TREAT.
He smells the Mets coming out of you. He smells Steve Cohen coming out of you. So that's how I found out. Some guys got phone calls. Listen, it was inevitable. It was what it was. And it was scary, but,
It's really amazing, the writing. And I know that you talked about that earlier, but it was so ahead of the time in the way that society is now, it feels like.
He hit it right on the head. Capitalism, the state of America. It's like he predicted the future.
No, it's
I mean, isn't it
wild.
crazy?
Yeah.
About the corporate America, about all this stuff. that's exactly what the show was about. The show was a mob show, but it was
but even
not about that,
mental health, sexuality, like things that are big topics today too,
Absolutely.
and gets more recognized with Tony and going to the whole show based off him going to a therapist.
I mean, you listen, David was into, I guess
Vito's character.
He probably still is his therapy. Vito's character. It's all different now. I mean, back then it was like, now, 20 years later, it's no big deal, But it was about the mob, but it wasn't about the mob. It was about a family, you know?
We'll get to the Sopranos date in just a second, then I'll get you out of here because I'm sure Willie wants to go.
Willie doesn't want to go. They're kicking us out, man. You know why? Because you're wearing a Yankee jersey. Go Yankees!
What's your favorite scene that you shot?
Well, I have two favorite scenes of the show. One that I'm not in. It's the scene where Tony and Carmela, they have the breakup, and she says, I've been fantasizing about Furio. And he goes out of his mind. You think he's going to punch her. He punches the wall. That's as good at acting as two people will ever have. I mean, I don't care, movies, whatever. That was a couple breaking up, and it was very, very, very real. And that's one of my favorite scenes, And then, of course, the fight scene with me and Jim.
Yeah.
We were up there for 2 weeks. All that lake house stuff was a lot of fun. It was me, Edie, Aida, and Jim, just the four of us. And it was a lot of fun. We were actually up at that lake house for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And they say Babe Ruth, I'm not kidding you, they say Babe Ruth owned the house next door.
No way. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious,
Wow.
and there's all pictures of Babe Ruth. Now, the house we shot in was Roy Scheider from Jaws.
Okay.
That used to be his house. His wife got in divorce. She rents it out. The house next door, supposedly, they said in the winter, he would take girls up there. Babe Ruth, there was all pictures of Babe Ruth in there. The house next door, for real.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Willie down.
That's fine. You can let Willie
walk
run
around. Zach's getting nervous. If he takes a dump, I can't help you.
Yeah.
But
well, someone else pick
if
it
he
up.
takes a dump, what are you going to do?
But one of my producers pick it up.
So I'm going to be Sunday night. Boulder. I'm going to be in Pomona, New York. You got the info. Boulder, New York. We're going to have a great time. We had just did Somerset, double A team. We're going to be out there. Sure. Great minor league baseball. It's going to be great. Me and Willie will be there. There's meet and greets. We're going to be on the concourse taking pictures. Willie will be on the field. We're going to throw out the first pitch. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Soprano Day. It starts at 2 o'clock. So we're going to have a really good time. And come out. You're doing nothing? You want to watch good baseball?
Yeah. This
Sunday, the 23rd, New York Boulders, Pomona, and Rockland.
And the last thing I'll ask you, did you enjoy the scene when you showed up in the camp gear for the Pine Barrens and they had you dressed up?
Listen, Jim said to me he already had seen the outfit, right? So he goes, he said, how you going to make me laugh tomorrow morning? So in the morning, I don't know what to do. I talked to the prop guy. You got anything to make me laugh? The guy gives me a 3-foot dildo. It was like an Italian bread. I don't tell Steve Buscemi's directing. I don't tell him. I don't tell anyone. And I turned the corner. I'm off camera. Yeah. Jim's pouring the bottle of liquor, and I start twirling it around. And what you see, if you go back and look at that scene, he's pouring the thing. He busts out laughing. Yeah. And that's what he was looking at.
Wow.
Instead of me. And then Uncle Junior almost cracks. Mm-hmm. You can see Dominic almost cracking. Yeah. And so that's that scene. No, don't bother me. Tony Sirico said to me, because, I had the Santa suit, the patch.
Yeah, sure.
I wore lederhosen. Right. I had all the,
trains at the end.
All these things, the choo-choo hat. He said to me, they'd like to dress you up like a moron.
So once again, the New York Boulders celebrate Sopranos Day at Clover Stadium before and during the 3 p.m. Eastern Time game versus the New England Knockouts on Sunday, June 23rd. Sopranos co-star Steve Schirripa, who's here with us right now, will join along with his beloved Dachshund Willie. Make sure you give a follow at Willie the Weenie of Wall Street on Instagram. Parts of the proceeds will go to Steve's appearance and Willie's too at the ballpark and will be donated to the Hudson Valley Humane Society.
Now, Montclair, New Jersey, the Wilmont Theater, we're going to be in. Conversation with the Sopranos. We got the great comic Joey Cola, Michael Imperioli, me, Vinny Pastore. It's a great night. Slides, We
Is
show
this
clips.
still an extension from when you and Michael still do the podcast?
We don't do the podcast anymore. It's over. We went through all the episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been doing this for years. If you're a Soprano fan, we've done it all over the country. We've done it in Australia. We were in Wilmot earlier in the year. In Montclair, we have very few dates. We're doing Westerly, Rhode Island, November 23rd. Me and Michael Imperioli will be up there. And then Montclair, New Jersey, in November 30th. Thanksgiving weekend, you're tired of your pain in the ass relatives. You can't stand them. You say, I got to go out and go to the show.
So you're about to go on down the hall with Tiki Barber, Evan Roberts, and Sean Marash.
Is that who I'm with?
Yeah, Sean Marash and I, we have a big feud.
All right.
Because he gets annoyed with me and my family on Thanksgiving. We got rid of the turkey years ago, and we just do lasagna as the featured dish.
Okay, I understand that.
He takes big issue with that.
I understand that because I don't like the turkey so much anymore.
Thank you.
I'm tired of that kind of turkey. It's just nothing. I agree. Nobody eats it. You're just picking at it. You know what I mean? I like all the other stuff and the lasagna or rigatoni.
Tradition.
I could do without the turkey. I like ham, but I can do without the turkey.
Well, we'll let you go find Willie. I appreciate you
I'll
coming
talk
on
to
in.
him about that when I get down there.
Yeah, I don't know if he likes me or not.
Yeah. Hey.
He was growling at me.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think I made a good impression on Willie.
All right. Oh, no. Willie, he growls at everyone. He's fine.
Oh, yeah.
He's fine, but he left. I don't know where he went. I got to try to find him.
He's Steve Schirripa.